Hey, good day energy to everybody. Hope you all are doing well. In this video, I want to talk about some hypothetical plans I have to help save the world, make things a little bit healthier and better. All right, so that being said, there is a new YouTube channel I just recently found, and I highly encourage other people to check it out if you guys haven't encountered it already. It's called Gabriel Cruz. That's his name. Yeah, he's a very interesting. I mean, I'm just the past like month or so, I've come across quite a few YouTube channels that are very just spot on with what I've been working on, wanting to do with my life. So I'm very grateful to find this YouTube channel. It's a very good thing for me, and I think a great thing for humanity too. Once his message starts to spread a little bit further out there and people start to be able to comprehend some of the things he's talking about, because they're very powerful. I mean, they're the type of things that they're going to change everything. I mean, once this type of stuff starts to get out there and people realize how energy really works and how powerful they are, and how not only that but how we've also been, the cities that we live in and the way things are set have been designed to keep us at a certain state that makes us a prey essentially for certain energetic predators and vampires that feed on us. And this is one of the ways they keep us, down in depression and, blinded by spells and just all sorts of stuff. So anyway, I highly suggest you guys check out his channel. He's also kind of going through, he's getting attacked. He's got money that's been tied up by the system, and his family, he's got some issues with his family, so he's in kind of a rough spot. Any type of help, whether it's financially or just energetically, emotionally, spiritually, even mentally, if you just want to talk to him, if you're trying to help lift him up, or to see how he's doing, let him know that he's appreciated, because he's doing some real good work. And it's very, the type of people that he's, the type of stuff that he's doing is, it's going up against some serious power players. And it's from what I have learned about this type of stuff, these people kill you. They kill. They're known to kill. So he's taking on some real good risks, some real serious risks for the greater good. And anytime I see somebody do that, my hat goes off to him. And so yeah, check out his channel. It's got some great stuff that he's got up there. And like I said, if you guys could help, that would be awesome. If not, that's cool too. But I also just want to talk about how, by me seeing his channel, how I'm kind of like integrating that into my life, and then also how what I'm thinking about with Dustin Brad Love Frequency, and some of the things that I've seen with him, and what I want to hopefully interact with him with on. So essentially for me, I was thinking like Gabriel Cruz, what he's trying to do right now, he drove to Nevada, I think. I don't know the whole story, but he was in Nevada last night, and he's been trying to contact the FBI. Hold on, let me see if the dogs stop barking. Otherwise, I might have to go up and quiet them down real quick. It's okay, guys. All right. I think they're gonna quiet down. Sorry, I really want to get this video out. They bark, very frequently, and I'm the only one in the house right now, so it's kind of difficult. Anyway, he's in Las Vegas, and he's trying to contact the FBI because he has evidence, or, that's a powerful word. He has information about child trafficking that he's trying to show the FBI, that he feels very, very confident about, is, blatantly showing, how, there's, criminals are, working in cahoots with our government, or in our government, have infiltrated our government, and there's child trafficking, there's all sorts of crimes that are being committed. And one of the ways they're getting away with all these crimes and they have all this power is that they know about energy, they know about spirituality, they know how to use ley lines in the earth, they know how to use cities with those ley lines to create like vortexes of energetic chaos and madness that people live in and that they harvest from. So where was I going with that? That's what's going on. That's what these people are doing. And my whole thing that came to my mind was, okay, this is what's going on, but what's the bigger picture here? Like, what's really the root problem? Like, how do we really solve this? Like, all in all, through and through. Like, okay, we could try to narrow down some individuals and bring them in to jail and get them locked up, but there's still going to be more. Like, what's the main cause? What's the root problem that's causing this type of behavior? That's what I've really been interested in trying to change, is a whole movement of way of doing things, a whole routine change, a whole complete cultural just complete change. I think is what is absolutely needed, because everything that's going on right now is all consequence of everything that's been done in the past. So everything that we've done in the past, we have to really examine and realize that a lot of it really needs to go or be seriously modified, because it's enabled all of this hell. It's enabled all of this pain. It's enabled all of this darkness and sin and just hate and evil, And so the only way for me to be able to change that with a feeling that it's actually going to like help perpetuate something different is to go to the root of the problem. With cancer, that's why hemp is so powerful as a plant to help cure cancer, because it attacks the cells. It actually kills malignant cells in the body. So like those cells that are cancer cells, and the thing about cancer and tumors and stuff is they just keep on reproducing these cells that are bad for you, and that's how it continues to grow until it eventually eats enough of your body that you die. But the hemp, it goes in there and it actually kills those malignant cells that are attempting to reproduce and destroy you. So that's why it's a cure. It has a high potentiality to actually be a cure for cancer. So I'm trying to figure out, how do we do that with this problem with child trafficking and evil and sin and darkness and all this filth and all that stuff? Like, how do we become the hemp? How do we become that immune system? How do we become that white blood cell that's able to essentially destroy, or nullify, or push away this darkness, this negativity, this evil? And what I've come up with, just sending them to jail is only going to, it's going to send them into a prison system that I think doesn't really work anyways. So that's not really going to help change them, the individual. We'll take them away from power, but then again, that's just going to leave another seat open for somebody else to come in and take power. So I think the best thing that we can do to really solve this problem, like all in all, through and through, as far as protecting the kids, as far as making sure the kids are healthy, as far as protecting ourselves, as far as protecting our government, as far as protecting everything, our land, our resources, all of that, is we have to first take accountability for the fact that we've fallen in love with money to greater or lesser degrees, but just materialism and essentially a selfish lifestyle, to where we've all been programmed just to worry about us, just to worry about yourself, pay your bills, this and that. I mean, that has been the mantra people here in America have been fed since they were kids. That's the right thing to do, is to get a job, to pay your bills, to go to college, that. And that's what many of us have done. And that's also what's allowed a lot of what's happening today to continue to go on. So I think we need to take a step back and realize that continuing to work for yourself at a time when so many others don't even have food for themselves is just wrong. And it's going to create an imbalance. And it's also neglectful, which is a sin, which allows other evil, dark energy in. And then it continues, and then they throw temptations, and then one sin turns into two sins, turns into three sins, turns into four sins, and then before you know it, you're so caught up and so bound by this stuff, you can't do anything but call to their, whenever they pull, you answer, and you're a slave to your addictions. And I've been there. I'm still working with my addictions. So this is also, everything I'm talking about is also for my own self, for my own desire to live a life that's, I think, is more conducive for my most high loving self. And I'm just at a point now to where I think we're at an opportune time for humanity to really actually physically do it together, not just on our own, these little, which is great, and it's all been part of the process. We all got to learn to heal and come pick up our own feet and do what we got to do, but there's also another stage, and that's the stage when, you know, enough of us are okay enough and well enough and get the message enough to where it's time to start talking about how we're going to actually come together and, you know, help, you know, bring about an energetic shift in this paradigm. And when we do that energetic shift, these type of forces that are kidnapping children and doing all this foul stuff, they're literally going to be, I think, repelled away, just as a magnet will repel an opposing force. It's going to be just like that. Like, there's certain preachers and people that I've heard talk, like churches that have really, that are really true and real to the Holy Spirit and the teachings of Jesus and the Bible, and are really devout and true to what they, being who they are, and Christians. Like, there's such a strong energetic force that comes from these places of worship that demons can't come near them. Like, I've even heard it confessed by, I think his name is William Schniblin. He's got a YouTube channel too, another great YouTube channel that I encourage anybody to check out. And he talks about, because he's actually somebody who used to be a part of the dark. He used to be a vampire, used to be, I think a Satanist, you know, just worshiping darkness, Satan. I mean, he was into the darkness until he had a breakthrough and he flipped the script, and he has since devoted his life to Christ. He's been that way, I think, over 20 years. But he talked about how that was the missions that they would get as being a demon, or a demon, worshiper, is they would have to go and try to corrupt these churches. But certain churches, if they were full of enough Holy Spirit from the people there believing, they couldn't enter. It would literally be like they'd be hitting a force field. That's the way he talked about it, is that, like, it'd be like you would run into a force field or a wall and you couldn't go any further. And that's because of the love, it's because of the energy, it's because of the good higher vibrations that all these people together are doing in this particular place. So I think if we can take that example and put it, you know, onto like a smaller city or a town, and start with something like that, or even just a small group of people, and see how that, you know, just see how that works. Just see how powerful, you know, we can become, how, you know, how strong, you know, 3 or 4 people is, how strong 10 to 20 people are, you know. And then I also want to start growing hemp and really do tests and trials about how hemp has to see how true, which I think it is true, that hemp does have the potential to really, you know, cure, you know, if not completely cure, significantly help cure and heal people of cancer and all types of sicknesses. And there's tons of other foods and superfoods that are great as well. Me and my buddy Joshua have just been focusing on the hemp plant, because you can also build with the hemp plant. You can also clean the environment with the hemp plant. I mean, there's just so many things you can do with it. It's quite miraculous. But anyways, that's just another thing that I want to add in there. It's also something we can, you know, work on to help develop an infrastructure for ourselves, so that we can have, you know, dwellings and places for us to live. But for the time being now, I think, you know, I'd love to try to help us just start talking more about what it would look like for those of us who are perhaps ready to kind of converge together and really, you know, take this energy work, you know, kind of to the next level, and start showing people how, you know, by living with love for yourself, for each other, for your environments, for everything, you know, that this is a better way of living. It's a healthier way of living. It's also a protective way of living that's going to help protect your children. It's going to help protect yourself. It's going to help also align you with God, creation, source energy, which is all about beauty, love, and good information. It's going to help you do things. You're going to feel better about your life. This is good stuff. This is actually really good news. And once the whole world gets to know about what Gabriel Cruz is talking about, people's perceptions of reality are going to change, and people's arms are going to open up, and their hearts are going to be warmer, and there's going to be less fear, and it's good. Good things are coming. But we are going to have to come together and you know, bite our nails, and probably get away from some of the things and, you know, places and stuff we've been used to, and make a sacrifice to help bring about this greater good, you know. But we're stronger together. So anyways, hope you all are doing good. I know this is a little bit of a longer one. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I hope you guys are having a great day. All right, peace and love. Bye.